follow-up. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman. Not right now, guys. I have it in me. I just don't want to waste my breath saying all of that. Why do I have to do that? Because I have to remind you all the time what I am. Because I don't care. Whatever. It's part of the job. I'm clocking out, obviously. In order to keep up with me, you had to have seen my last live video and what I posted on my community page. And go check out my shorts. They're always fun. I had a fucking crazy day. And I handled it well, but I want to teach you something. I'm supposed to teach you about, what it means to actually handle it. To alchemize energy, you have to take it in. Can you turn that down, please? You have to take it in and not react. In essence, you have to break it down, which is the raw elements of an experience or whatever it is. You take the raw elements and you break it down into its finest particles. And you decide what is useful and you let go of the rest. Right? Right. That's just how it works. That's what we do. We add everything. We add fire to everything. My daughter just walked out and gave me an ugly look. And I'm like, do you really have the fucking nerve to give me an ugly look right now? You have literally been sitting on your fucking phone since 8 o'clock this fucking morning. Are you serious right now? I have a bit of fire in me. And it's because I've been on fire all day. So, if you were keeping up with the fucking bullshit, I had a knock at my door at about, 12:30. I'm getting ready and shit. And it's staff, and they have this this booty whack letter. And they're like, we're here to tell you, or we're here to let you know that you're being discharged. And they give me this booty ass letter. It says, we regret to inform you that you and your family are being discharged. Your stay has come to an end. At this time, you are not eligible for an extension. Your discharge date is 12/5/25 at 2 p.m. Any left behind, belongings will be whatever, and you can follow up. And I'm like, excuse me, why am I being discharged? And I tell the whole story in my last video. And so after that, I say that, what happened? I sat down and I had a meeting with the director and that she was going to take care of it. I posted what I knew when I was walking out the door. Everybody had came and talked to me and they seemed like everything was cool, but I still had to go to work with all that on my chest. I had to, what? You're not. Stop it, both of you. I don't care about your charging problems at 9 o'clock at night. You've been on the phones all day. Take a shower or go to bed. Bro, seriously? I'm not feeling well. And this is perfect time for them to catch some fire, bro. Fucking spoiled asses. In the essence, don't start with me. So I didn't know what was going on and I went to work and I drug through work, you know what I mean? And I was built up. My eyes burned so bad. I hadn't really cried all day, but I could feel it, dude. Like I was going to cry. I was filled with that feeling. There were so many feelings that I was filled with. Not so much anger, but I took all this in with the understanding that everything's going to be okay. But it doesn't mean anything. That's just what you tell your mind. The mind has already went into fucking panic mode and sent that electricity into your body. And until, as I told her, until you tell me what's going on, I cannot rest. As soon as they came to my door, you can't imagine what that would do to a person. In the middle of the day, they just say that you're accused of some shit and you're got to get out in 2 days' time. I handled it well, but I want you to understand that even though how you project it outside doesn't mean shit about what it's doing inside. And inside, dude, I was dying at work. I was probably more productive than ever. I didn't have any missing products. I was really good at helping customers. And it's always said that way. On my most tragic days, I am like shining so bright. Like people cannot tell. My makeup looks the best. I'm talking like you can't not tell that I'm not alive in here. I am literally dying inside of my skin. And so I started to like really, I was really aching. I was achy and I felt like I was going to cry, but I kept doing my job. And then I took my first break and then I saw my lead and I'm like, I asked him, you know, based on the probation period, like how bad would it be? He's like, just let me know if you need to go, just let me know. And so I went to clock out for lunch and I sat down. All I did was sit down. And on my first break, I got the email and I checked the email and I posted it. It's like, disregard what happened today. I apologize for, that freak out. Bro, the insensitivity level to the lack of professionality is so outrageous. The fact that I'm a trauma survivor and you literally just unleashed a traumatic event on me in the middle of the day, telling me that I was getting kicked out and accusing me of falsities and all this stuff and expecting me just to be okay. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't mean to do that to you. Have a nice day. Do you know what that did to me? Internally. And so when I get the email, I can feel a bit of weight lifted, but at the same time not. Now I feel heavier than ever. Like it's over, but now it's sunk in. Now it's done. And when it's done, it hurts more. I want you to understand that because that's how a tower is. And I hope that, to handle them so gracefully like that in the future. That's all you can do is handle it. Whatever comes at you, stay calm. Know that God is on your side. You know what I mean? Explain your side and be honest and truthful about what you are, and hope for the best. And accept whatever is going to happen is for all glory of God. And that's where I was in that last video. That's what you got to do. You take the best action and you stand back and you see how this happens. And then when you see that it wasn't as bad as you thought and everything's okay, all that means is the fire now starts like going out. And as it does, you literally your lights start going out. So I sat down on my lunch break. Usually I leave because I live real close. And I sat in the lunchroom and I just felt like I was going to die, bro. I felt so tired. I felt so exhausted. I felt like I was going to cry. I felt like I had been through so much. Just too much. So I went and I talked to my lead and I asked him. He said, it's okay. We're totally okay. This is not going to affect you. It's not going to affect your hours. It's completely understandable. It's like, I appreciate you very much. Thank you. And had he not been cool the night before and had a cigarette with me and got to know me, I wouldn't have felt comfortable to tell anybody that I needed to take tonight off. I didn't feel any better when I got home. My son he acted like a big ass, he made a huge deal that I didn't go shopping, and I get home and there's fucking food in the refrigerator, and I'm thinking that my kids are starving and I've got to come. I didn't leave them. I've got to come and I've got to go up to the bank and I got to get some cash and we've got to figure some shit out. I'm not going to go back to my store. I'm not going to get in the car and go anything. I've just got to feed them. He's making this big deal like there's nothing to eat. And I get here and that's absolutely not true. I don't even check the refrigerator. I just change my shoes. I change my clothes. I put on something warmer and I fucking start hiking to go get money. Right? And then I come back and I realize this was not even necessary. And so I try to calm down and I really just can't because it's like, wow. A tower it's an ego death, bro. It's like, it's insane. And some of them, most of them are just like, the whole fucking video, dude, all my videos said this was coming. You could check every one of my cards for the last 3 days. It's one of our cards said, there's a shakeup. Something's going to happen. You may be moving. You may be, and I'm thinking this could really, this is a huge shakeup. Now, it doesn't matter. I want you to understand something, bro. Because when I did calm down, I watched some more of the, the puffy fucking shit. This is what I want you to get, no matter what, bro. No matter what. We know you know that you haven't done anything wrong. And you know God is on your side. But it didn't matter at that moment, you guys. Those 2 employees could have lied all the way till the end. There are people, dude, that will stand behind their lie to the end, bro. And you're sit there like, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. God knows the truth, bro. And that's what I wanted to say, bro. I knew I didn't say that shit. But if these fucking bitches went and kept saying that I said it, And that's why I was like, check the cameras, dude. Check the cameras. There was nobody there. That none of what you're saying happened. Now the point is, okay, it was a miscommunication, but it wasn't, bro. These chicks intentionally said, oh, she was over there talking racist stuff, and she said they should go back to their country, and this and that. So they rallied the troops, and they decided they were going to kick me out off of just a lie. And even though I knew I didn't say it, and God was on my side, and I was hopeful that they would prove it, in the end of the day, they could have puffied me. They could have diddied me. They could have diddied me and just said no and went to their grave on this lie. But luckily what really happened, bro, and that's when I was leaving, all of them got together and said, it was all staff agreed. It was only those two new girls that don't talk to me. The new girl went to the other new girl, and then they went to the case managers, and they made this big deal. And when all of them were questioned, they're like, nobody said they heard me say it, nothing, dude. They all just stood there looking stupid, bro. But it's okay, right? You're allowed to treat people like this, right? Do you understand how I felt, bro? And how my kids felt? Do you know what kind of fear that was, that we're about to get kicked out? We're brave because we know we got God, but in that moment, we've lived in that moment for years. Years, where it could happen at any moment. And that was a quick reminder. That was quick training. It's going to be okay. We've done this without money in our pockets. This is going to be okay. I didn't do this, but it's going to be okay. And you know, that was going back to fucking that bitch that put me out of her house in Wisconsin, bro. Because I told her no. We didn't want to participate that day in your daughter's birthday. You know what I mean? My sister didn't even ask. She just fucking called my brother and had him wire me money to get me out of her house. They didn't, you know what I mean? Like, people, I don't know, bro. And it's like, oh, okay, my bad, our bad. What do you mean, bro? You just caused me so much trauma right now, bro. I had to go to work and pretend like everything was okay and that I wasn't worried about being homeless in 2 days. I had to put on my mask. And I had to work hard. And meanwhile, you know, I come home and now all of the muchachas, they're like, mi amiga. And then this one says, my friend. And she buys cigarettes for me and all their kids and everything. It's like, bro, how fucking dare you, bro? Like, this is my community. Like, how fucking dare you? Don't get me wrong, bro. I've had issues with these people, bro. But to say some shit like that, bro, just because you know what I mean? You was just walking by me. Who are you? How can you even show up to work the next day after you've done some shit like that? Forget that I'm a witch, but just remember that I'm a human. I'm like one of the, you know what I mean? One of the few good ones around here that's just working and minding their own fucking business and not living off the fucking system and trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Get over on everybody. It's booty, bro. And what it hurts is like, I survived, but how many other people will go through this fire? Nobody talks to Callie. Nobody's that, I'm going to talk to your boss. Do you know how many people I've watched them throw out for all who knows what reasons? I didn't know. I mean, that's what Morgan said, bro, when they put out the handicap people. She's like, nah, bro, they put them in a hotel. And that's these people, bro. They've been using this system, so they know how the system works. I didn't know that until Callie told me. She's like, calm down. If this happens, they're not going to put you out in the snow. They'll put you right back on the wait list, and the connection center will house you until they get you into another location. And it was like, and Jewish family housing will take care of it too. It's like, but let me take care of my part. And I'm like, thank you. But, you know, the non-English speaking people and whoever else that won't go knock on her door don't stand a chance with these people. It was a rough day, bro. I mean, I made it through it. But I didn't. it's like these moments, bro. You gotta be so brave, but you don't actually. Nobody actually honestly recognizes what this does to a human. The kind of suspense of a regular day. And it was no regular day by no means, I'll tell you that. Even looking at my work, I did so well at work. I didn't have no fucking missing items, except for the ones that were literally not in the fucking store. I did so well that I even had, like I told you, they had me breaking into boxes the other day. I was like, hell nah. Dude, I went and did it fine. I broke up in every box. Give me a box cutter. I'll sit here all day. Just leave me alone. I'll find this motherfucker. I'll find it. You know what I mean? Channeling my feelings into my work. So many times I'd have to wipe my face off and go to work and act like nothing was happening in my life. But then I sat there and I noticed that I can do it, but not internally. My body's aching. I'm dying inside, and that's my soul. My soul is trying to carry this body, and I can't. This was a lot, and you know, I just have to. The right thing to do is just be quiet, keep your nose, keep your head down, and act like nothing happened. But that's how it is with trauma, or you know what I mean. Fucking drama or fucking any of these towering experiences. Like, yeah, that didn't just happen. The fuck it didn't, bro. The fuck it didn't, bro. You threatened to take my fucking home from me over a little girl that works here and lied on me, bro. What's wrong with this? You have no fucking sensitivity to what you almost did to me and my family? And had I not been that victorious bitch that wants to fight for, what's right, would I be here in 2 nights' time? Did she really get away with it? You know what I mean? Was she going to get away with it? And then the fact that, you know what I mean? Like, wow. I really want to talk to the new company about this. I really do. Do you know what they tried to do to me yesterday, bro? And I have the email and I have the documentation and everything to prove it. They falsely accused me completely and tried to discharge me quietly off of absolute false accusations and hearsay. And would have got away with it if I didn't fight. The new company, the press was here and they did an interview. I saw it 2 days ago. I was like, Jesus. That's all I said. That's all I gotta say about that. They did an interview with B, and B told them all her shit, and I was like, damn, you really wanted to put that in the newspaper, huh? Okay. But anyways, they were talking about the new company and how this is coming out. And their incentive base, their whole deal, this new company, the city is incentive base paying them based on secured housing, rapid rehousing for the members that are currently here and going forward. That's how they keep their jobs, is making sure that these people are stable. So you think about that, it's like, what? This girl, like, if we're going commission based, she's blowing out all your good leads, bro. She thinks they're fucking cold calls or something. It's sales terms, don't mind me. Really, yeah, you don't want to know about that stupid shit. But that was some cold shit to call, bro. Again, I stood still because I was like, oh fuck, what'd I do? Because I really be talking shit out there. I'll be talking shit out there in the streets. I was like, wait. I say shit, but I didn't say no shit like that, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? And now it's like, now don't say shit. Now when you see her, don't say shit. What the fuck? Are you serious, bro? This bitch just tried to take me out, bro. Like, quite literally. That's the 501s. You have to catch the morning video to understand that. I want you to understand just emotions, bro. There's a million of them. I tried to explain that to you as we're in the Master of, the Master of Cups is what it says in mine. The King of Cups. It's, emotional maturity to withstand what the fuck is going on, bro. And you're like, what the fuck is going on around here? It ruined my day. And you know what I mean? Like, my children too were right here for it. And, I gotta turn to my kids and be strong and be like, nah. But at the same time, they're like, gotta worry, like, fuck, dude, my mom got us in trouble or something. You know what I mean? Who knows what they were thinking? But it's not a cool thing. And then you look at time repeated. It was a couple weeks before I was in a shelter like this. This is all repeating time, right? It was up in Adams County. And I got into a house, and 2 weeks, I had to move from that house, and 2 weeks before I was moving into my new apartments, they had lost they got new owners, and they weren't going to take my fucking housing voucher. So I had to move back into the shelter for Christmas. So it was a little shifty when it was happening. I'm like, I could recognize maybe this is it, or maybe God just wants me to get the fuck out of this building. Maybe, all positive possibilities, but in the sense of this is all based on a lie and negativity. And so I've got to hold my anger. I'm pissed, bro. How fucking dare you, bro? And I'm hurt, but I'm you know what it is? I'm scared. And all the emotions that come with that fear, bro. Yeah, I was angry, but I was more scared than anything. And when I realized I didn't have to be scared anymore, that's when my body fell apart. Because it's used to that high intensity level of fear, you know what I mean, that adrenaline keeping you going. You're literally running off of adrenaline right now. And that's a mania state is what they call that in mental health, is where you're being manic. But that's all you can do. You're still required to, you know what I mean, show up. There's a saying in domestic violence: smile for the cameras. Like, damn, that's a fucked up saying. Yeah, that's what you gotta do when people are around, and you gotta act like everything's okay. And as we're talking about P. Diddy, you could understand that. Those questions are only applicable in the moment. When they ask you, and now, they asked me that last night. Every time you go to a hospital now, or to a doctor's visit, by law, they have to ask you, do you feel safe at home? They've learned, by law, it's been placed that with that question can save people. Right? There's certain questions they ask you, but that's been one, for quite some time now. And, when everything's okay, that's an easy yes. But if they catch you at the hospital and something's not right, and they ask you that question, bro, you'll break. That question, are you alright, can break a person. All it takes is one person to catch you when you're not alright and ask you. As long as you're telling yourself you're alright, you can tell everyone else outside you're alright too. But are you? Nobody knew that I wasn't alright until I said I wasn't alright. And I brought up, I was like, I had to go to the ER last night. I didn't sleep, and I had one of the worst days of my life today. I'm really just hurting, dude. That's exactly what I told him. It was a mixture of all of these events that came to be. Realistically, yeah. And so even though all I wanted to do was just come home and die and cry, I couldn't. I still couldn't relax. All of that was juicing through me. Anger is what's left. I'm so mad, bro. Like, you want to be so mad. You want your vengeance. You're like, this. How fucking dare you do this, bro? Why would you do such a thing? Vengeance is God, and that's what I said. And I was like, I said it in my earlier video, and then I saw car accidents in my intuition, which is so obvious. How easy would it is so easy to push your car into a ditch at this moment. I mean, without my new snow boots, I was slipping and sliding out there. It is dangerous out there right now. Really? Oh, yeah. And, you know, you start the morning where I was like, I'm breaking the law. I kept my kids home from school. To some shit like this, I'm like, geez, I don't even do nothing wrong. It's like, damn, I'm over here thinking, you know, and you guys want to pull some shit like this. I could pull out my Lilith cards and confirm this for you, or we could just check the energy and see what's next. Hey, I just want to point out, these fucking full moons, man, they be mooning the shit out of me. Really? No, they moon the people, and I get caught in the people. I have no idea what that chick was thinking, dude. Why would you say that? Where was she coming from, bro, where she said that? When it's all said and done, think about what she said, bro. She told them that I said, I fucking hate these people. They need to go back to their country. Where did she hear that? Or is she just a bold-faced liar? Like, did she hear it in her mind? It makes me question them. It makes me question her a whole bunch. And then the fact that everyone believed her and rallied up against me also makes me feel, you know, unsafe. Like, you guys are so quick to turn on me like you didn't know me better. Like, I'm not even important. Like, nobody that lives here has a chance. And that's exactly what I told the new company. If you rub these fucking staff the wrong way, bro, they've got their favorites and they will gang up against you and they will fucking throw you out with no fucking notice. Is exactly what I said in that first meeting. And here I am with the story to prove it. It was 2 girls. The 2 girls that don't know I'm a witch. And if you see the email I told you, she addressed me as High Priestess Phoenix. She knows who I am and what I am. And she pays me respect for that. Some of them call me Lisa, because that's what it says when I swipe my card. It says my name. My name is Lisa. So they know me as that. And whatever, they just, you know. And then you go back to, I told you what happened with the mean girls last night at work. They all show up, oh, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, and then you're really glad to throw me out the next day, aren't you, fuckheads? Some Diddy shit, bro. That's what Park said it was. There's people. Underneath, I have the strength card. Let me shuffle the cards. Oh, I got a card falling out. People think that I'm brave. I have to be brave. That's what makes me brave. To you. But like I told you, I'm scared all the time about what I've got to do and what's going to happen. I've just learned to trust God and not give a fuck what people think. It doesn't take away from the fear, the anxiety, the stress. Nothing, bro. It doesn't take anything away. When I do these things, I'm crying, bro. I'm dying inside, but I gotta be strong. And no matter what happens, I gotta believe that this is the best thing for God. That's training, bro. Ever since the beginning, I used to be a panicker. What am I gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It didn't happen today. It almost did. There was a split second before they told me what I was accused of, that it started to happen. But you know, with my kids and our background, it opened a wound. This has happened to us before. We really got re-traumatized by this mistake. And I'm supposed to be okay about it, and then like tomorrow I'm supposed to meet with both of my housing workers and act like none of this happened. You know, how are you doing? I'm not doing so good, bro. Get out of here. These people tried to throw me out yesterday, bro. They made up a whole story and almost put me out, and it fucked up my day, and I don't want to be here no more. Which is a good thing, but at the same time, it's like, you know, These places, bro, they're not supposed to be built like that. They're supposed to be rehabilitating, not damaging. And it's just another fucking story of this place. I mean, seriously, the stories I have of this place just go on for since April. Alright, what do we got? Oh. I mean, I feel it, bro. I feel broken as fuck, but there's still that happy, God's got me. Yeah, I know you got me, God. And the Holy Spirit is so proud of me because I handle it with such grace. I guess I felt like I got handled, bro. And now it's going to take forever to get a handle back on where I was before this shit happened to me. It fucked up my whole day. My schedule. I didn't go shopping. It fucked me up, bro. I could only do the bare minimum, which was work. And that was my next thing. How am I going to get to work? I wasn't about to just lose my fucking house. There was a possibility I was going to lose my job, too. I could have. And it happens to people every day, where somebody comes in and fucking lies and fucking ruins your fucking life. And nobody chooses to fucking believe you. And they find out years later that, you know what I mean, they wrongfully fucking treated you. But it means nothing to the time. Your forgiveness means nothing to the pain that you caused internally inside of me. Yeah, it was one day. But I don't have days like that. You destroyed. You tried to. You could have destroyed my life. And people do that, dude. They be lying, bro. And you look at Diddy. There's many of them. And my ex-husband. Both of them. There's many of them, bro. My brothers. All kinds of people, dude. They will tell that same lie no matter who it hurts. Because there's no way that they're going to admit they were wrong. There's no way. They will call you whatever it takes to point fingers at you, just so you don't know how bad they are. You know, and I was watching the documentary, it's like, damn, he really was a serial fucking offender, but he just kept getting away with it. There was too many incidences. After how many do you not realize it's not them, it's him? So I feel it, bro. I feel this card. Discontent. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the way things went down. You should be like, it's that moment in court. You got acquitted. Great. And now I'm supposed to go back to my life and act like none of this happened, huh? Okay. How does that work? Just go back to your room. Act like nothing happened. The Four of Cups represents a lack of emotional fulfillment. You are dissatisfied with your life and you may feel bored or uninspired at work. Or there may be unspoken resentments within a relationship. That's nice. You might feel generally unwell or depressed. It is tempting to revive this disappointment with an affair or excessive indulgence in pleasures, but this will soon pall and you'll be disgusted with yourself. You are out of touch with reality and indulging in fantasies, focusing so hard on your disappointments that you're turning your back on the cup of happiness that is already present. Each day, tell yourself 3 things that you are grateful for, such as your children, your friends, being alive at this moment, feeling the sun on your face. This card tells you that it's time to ground yourself. Go within, reconnect with the Ace of Cups, and find your purpose again. Alright? Reverse meaning. You are feeling pretty negative, living in a world of your own, perhaps hiding in your room, distracting yourself with TV and internet, drinking or drugs, while I'm totally Netflixing and hiding in my room. Now there is a dawning realization that this is doing you no good. What is it that made you withdraw? What do you need to change to stop you feeling like this again? It happens so, like, I would say it's common around here. Almost every month something happens to where I feel like, you know what I mean, now I'm not supposed to go out there and I got all these people looking at me and I'm under fire. So fucking regular. You can't, I don't feel like a victim. I just feel like a victor. Everything aligned for this to be to where I was victorious over the battle that was placed upon me. In the essence of the grace of how I handled myself, instead of just, throwing a fit, running around talking shit. There's just all different ways I could have handled it. And when you get a handle on yourself, that's all that it matters. I don't look back and say I could have handled this better. I'm very pleased. And I would have never known my strengths had I not been put in a weak-ass position like this. And that's what it is. They test you to see what your strengths and weaknesses are. That's all. That's all. Spiritual work in hand. Grounding. That's what they said. They're like, you gotta come down from this. I mean, yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to calm down. I went to the Queen of Cups. Calm down. I'm fine. It's just internally, my circuit wires are all fucked off. That really fucked me off, bro. And yeah, it just happened, and it's like, okay, maybe I could wake up tomorrow and act like nothing happened, but it happened for me, bro. That was a hard day. This was a hard day in hell for me. Sitting there for all those hours, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I knew it was gonna be okay, but that doesn't change the emotional rush when these things are happening. You have to be the Queen of Cups. You have to be nurturing to yourself, dude, when this is going on. Though you need to emphasize, right, trust your own intuition rather than what other people tell you or what logic dictates. Though you need to empathize with those in need, be careful not to blur the boundaries and lose yourself in the process. The Queen of Cups advises you need to understand your emotions in response to the present circumstance. Out of this can come great creativity and you find inspiration. Blah, blah, blah. Really? That's where I turn to. That's not what we're reading, though. We're going to the King of Pentacles. This is the last card before we hit the life changes. The Lord of the Earth represents plenty, security, power, and stability. He advises you that now you can achieve pleasure and spiritual growth through appreciation of the beauty of life and the world around you, and these are true riches. You're in a position to help others, so give generously of your time and resources to create abundance in your life. On a practical level, he signifies the ultimate achievement of a creative project, business venture, or investment accomplished through methodical work and attention to detail. Whenever you encounter him, blah, 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 good manners, he enjoys the finer things, blah, 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 blah. The reverse has failed to achieve the success you desire. You may be in serious financial difficulty. There could be any number of reasons, blah, 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 blah. You were spending money, you think you're rich. It's probably time to just get an ordinary job and get yourself back into a stable position. Could be a person in your life, I don't want to talk about them. Who is it? A shady character with no moral scruples was that person this morning. That was shady as fuck what you did, homegirl. And it'd be one thing if you weren't standing right next to me and I didn't know who exactly did this to me. That'd be different if I didn't know exactly who made this whole fucking thing up. How old are you, bro? She's literally like in her teens or fucking early 20s, bro. And she's not part of the mean girls. She's brand new. She doesn't have a fucking... I don't know what she did it, bro. God's not pleased with you. He's gonna teach you a fucked up lesson for this, just like he taught me. I learned one. What's the outcome? I knew that was gonna happen. That's that bitch. Why? Because I saw her, bro, before the Queen of Cups. I didn't say nothing about that stink hoe. Who is she? Listen to this. She is insecure, psychologically immature, over-emotional, and unstable unable to form real relationships. He or she is damaged and deeply wounded, perhaps abused in childhood or hurt later in life relationships, incapable of giving or receiving real love and consequence. He or she may dabble in spiritual matters without any real commitment. They're suspicious of everyone and prone to fits of depression. Or is that you? This is a stupid bitch. Anyways, on the plus side, represents change of seasonal energy from summer to autumn and harvest. It's motherfucking winter outside. This card heralds the creation of a harvest of some kind, something new that will bring you emotional pleasure. This could be a birth, a pregnancy, job offers, romantic opportunities, new friendships, and a fresh new idea or project. It's going to happen tomorrow. I'm serious. I got all of that set up for tomorrow. I have a great day tomorrow. I planned it. I double booked it. I thought I booked part of it on Tuesday, but I fucked that up. I double booked all my greatness on Thursday for the full moon. Aren't I great? Yeah, I do that shit. Why? Because I work with the energy, not against it. And that's what's going to happen, and that's what it is. It's like, bro, I've got 1 foot out the door. You're not pushing me out any faster. Crazy. How dare you? Anyways, this card also denotes spiritual fruition with your understanding deepening and expanding. You are very intuitive. Trust your instincts as your unconscious mind is trying to communicate with you. The Princess of Cups is a helpful person, flamboyant. However, she's not very practical, strong, but sensitive and easily to upset, needing constant reassurance and becoming sulky or moody if they don't get it. Ugh. Alternatively, this could be you, and if so, the card is advising you that you need to be more grounded and engage with the real world occasionally, balancing your dreams with logic in order to manifest them. You know what God showed me? And that's what they were talking about too. The guy was like, bro, they were charging me $80 to get here from my house. I was like, yeah, I remember those days. I could have made fucking $300 just driving a half an hour this morning for you fuckers. A bunch of your little ass drives, but you gotta have the right car to do that shit. I saw that. You know I'm getting a new car. That was always a thing too. Subsidized housing on that would be perfect. I just want to point that out. Realistically, yeah. Why'd you throw that in? It was just a new idea. That's what it said in this. It could be a fresh idea. It was given to me. I kept asking God, what the fuck am I going to do if I don't do this online work? And he was like, remember you're getting a car? And then all of these synchronicities. Is that going backwards? Not necessarily. It's something I used to love, but I thought that if I got a rent-a-car, I could do the same thing that I was able to do with my own car. And that wasn't the case. My rent-a-car was like fucking $400 a week. And because of my living situation, I couldn't spend as much time, and I just wasn't applying myself in the same ways. It wasn't as profitable. In essence, it started costing me money because I was just using it for transportation and not for work. Realistically, kind of, just to be honest. So anyways, that popped in my head again. Can you drive for them? Yeah, I just can't rent one of their cars. Really? Yeah. I just register my own car, and I can do that too. I'm just saying that that's what came to me. Okay. We're unhappy, but as soon as we ground, we can start a new beginning. Princesses mean new beginnings. Now, the cups can be a little dangerous. This can be an immature little girl that did whatever she did today. Or this can be, you know what I mean, the king of, a mature woman that can handle this. No, the princess is just a little immature all the way around. Because that's where you pull from the creativity, is your maiden form. I really am only just sharing with you guys this because my job is to teach you about the mind and the emotions as I roll over those. And during these grueling days, this full moon is in Gemini, which is all about communication. Today is Mercury, right? The day of communication. Mercury rolls over to the sign of Gemini. So it all perfectly aligns that, And then you pull out our earlier cards that said we were going to go to battle. And you might be asked to do something that was immorally wrong. Yeah, that was you guys. That was wrong. And how do you feel now after coming to my door and asking me to leave, and then you find out it was all wrong? Or is anybody going to apologize for their mistake? Nah, bro. They didn't do nothing wrong. That's what I want you to understand. In essence, you could say I got lucky, bro. Because they could have. Even if it's a one-off for her, the things that go on here, bro, they be lying and cheating and stealing. And that's why I had to accept what could happen right away, no matter what the truth was. Because this isn't a place built on truth and integrity, professionality, and morality. It's not. And that's why I went to war with this place. And I went to war with the very woman that, you know what I mean? After I did that, she was there, and she came to me the next morning, and she said, I thank you for being brave and, you know, stating all those things. I threw that bitch under the bus, bro, but she still respected that I was coming from a great place, and it was because that none of us have a surviving chance with the staff and the way this place is run. When did that happen? November 6th at 6 p.m.? They actually started an hour early, so a lot of people weren't even on time. Really? I was there. That's all. Just so you know what I mean? That's all I can teach you. I mean, I can't tell you what it is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And that's what I'm here to tell you right now, what today felt like. It made it look like just another day, but it didn't feel right. All I want to do right now is crawl into a hot-ass bath and cry my way to sleep, just to release it. I just want to cry about it. Just let it out. It's the best way to do it, but I'm still built up. I can't even relax. Really? No, I haven't had a meal or anything since I got here. I can't relax. I've just been like power smoking cigarettes, bro. And it's actually not even really. It's too fucking cold out there. I have like 15 half cigarettes in here. I keep lighting them and then throwing them in here, and then I'll go out and light one. Really? You want to see them all fall out? I'm serious. I don't smoke much when it's cold like that. But, I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, decompress. So much pinned up pressure. You know what I mean? And I just want you to understand the world has that effect on you. I was right here. That shit came to my door. And yeah, you can take a tower, bro. You can, like me, I crunch them down, but I try to tell you every time how fucking painful it is to the body. After doing, you know, going out there and having these mental battles with the world and holding in your emotions, bro. I always want to make sure that you understand the full certainty of what this feels like. I don't want you to ever be like you're gonna die. Like I didn't warn you that this was gonna hurt. That I didn't warn you that I didn't tell you the truth, the whole truth, that it feels good to be brave and powerful and strong and go through your healing. But I don't ever want to lie to you. I'm not one of those people, bro. This shit hurts. It's an ego death. Your mind can't take it and it hurts your body, bro. There's a physical release. And sometimes, you know, someone like me, I know all the techniques to self-care myself back pretty quickly. But you got to give yourself time. And that's any one of these fucking decisions. Any day of the week when someone comes at you, you've got to understand that even some minor words or a simple, you know what I mean, argument really had a large effect on your day-to-day life and pulled you out from your grounding. It uprooted you. And it's going to take you some time to recover from that. And that's what people don't understand is what is a traumatizing event. They're just everyday events for us that brought so much trauma and that we tried to forget and we tried to repress. But they're just regular days most of the time. The trauma of it is the experience inside that becomes traumatic. It's not so much what you're experiencing outside, but it's the flow inside. And if you don't let it flow, you hold that trauma, which is the trauma reflex, which is the fight or flight. I'm going to fight, or I'm just going to give up and run away. Because shit is hard. Careful. And that's all I can teach you. That's what what sets me apart is, all these spiritualists, they come out here and like, oh, I do shadow work and we do ego deaths and we do this. Bro, they don't show you how much it hurts. They don't show you what healing really looks like, bro. And what it fucking feels like. And that's my job. My job is to fucking tell you this is gonna hurt in all areas of your fucking spine. And it's gonna come back to haunt you on certain days. And this is how you deal with it. I'm seeing my inner critic. That video a couple weeks ago. I had no idea what was inside of my mind making me feel so bad. Until the end of the video. I'm crying. Something's talking bad to me, guys. Something's making me feel bad. I don't know. I recognize it, but I don't know what it is. That's what I mean. I sit inside this body and I watch it. How it reacts. What it makes my brain think and what it makes my body feel. That's what I watch and hear. I have to go out and be a human. And I have these human experiences. I'm a soul having a human experience. And as I go out into this human world, I have to be stuck in this body and how it reacts to the human experience. And I have to control that. And that's the chariot. I gotta hold it together in here. My mind's losing it. My emotions are all over the place, but I'm okay. We're okay, girls. We're okay. God's got us. It's gonna be okay. And then when they see the email that everything's okay, now everybody wants to give up and cry. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna cry at work. Like, this isn't gonna be good. No, realistically, I already felt it. It was just there. And that's what it is. It's like, it's sadness too. When you're wronged. And that's so much growth, because shit would happen to me and I'd act like it never happened and I wouldn't even acknowledge that I felt any kind of way about it. That shit didn't bother me. Go fuck yourself. No, this is where I'm teaching you something different, bro. Things do bother you. Don't act like I want you to understand. It's not that I wasn't unbothered. My faith was stronger, but it doesn't matter. The body. There's the mind, the body, and the spirit. The spirit is all-knowing. The mind doesn't know. My mind didn't know how this was going to work out. I kept telling it, and it believed, because it knew I didn't say that. My mind trusted me, but it didn't trust the world. Nah, bro, they're not going to believe you. This isn't, I don't know, you don't know these people, bro, and this and that. And meanwhile, it's just keeping my emotions. It's building up emotions in the uncertainty. It's just building it up, and I'm just like, breathing harder. I'm just like, it's hurting to climb up the ladder. I like every time I get up, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, my knees are weak, everything. I'm watching my body literally give out just because it doesn't know what's happening. And I'm trying to just push it through. Could I have? Possibly. But it was really starting to ache. Really? Yeah. And it's because it's releasing. It's oozing. We're oozing. Alright, well that's it. There's my Uzi. There's my Uzi at 9/11. Somebody call 911. Really? Yeah. Let me pull the oracle card. We're going to let this oracle card sit there till tomorrow. Hey, you see the walnuts? I went to the gas station, and the man who was talking to me, all I know is he's Muslim. I'm not calling him a Muslim, man. I'm just saying which guy. The guy that was having the conversation with me about Muslim beliefs. He had a bag, a little Ziploc bag of maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 walnuts. And he was like, do you like walnuts? I said, yes. And he went to grab this thing to crack it open. I said, don't. I'm going to give it to God. I said, to God? I said, yes. I'm a witch. This is magic. It's for my God. So he gave me 2. Yeah? What'd you get today? A walnut. I got 1 for me and 1 for God. What does that have to do with anything? Have you seen Land of the Lost? He was talking about the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he's like, no, he has the brain of the size of a walnut. And the T-Rex turns around, and he like goes at him and throws this enormous walnut at him. He's like, bro, I can hear you, motherfucker. It's a funny movie. Is it? Yeah. What do we got? Yang. What is Yang? It's the first card of this, and it's your masculinity. Taking action. It's in the Emperor card. It's in that. My heart is heavy. I feel like I'm relaxing now. I'm going to have one more cigarette, and I almost feel too tired to take a bath, but I really need to wash this fucking day off. You know what I don't like about that? Let me tell you what happens. Because then I take a bath, and then I want to go have another cigarette. Why? It's religious. It's like, oh, man. Do you have a cigarette before and after everything? Pretty much. Pretty much. I smoke 20 cigarettes in a 24-hour period if I'm not busy. But when I'm at work, I'm not doing that. I'm only smoking like 3 cigarettes in 8 hours. But if I'm sitting around, no, I'm smoking. I don't know if I actually smoke any more or less with work, to be honest, because they be bumming them. What's at the bottom of the deck? Oh, the 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Sorry. Tomorrow's gonna be good. Today was a mini tower. Why is it a mini? Because the real tower comes on Friday. What does that mean? Well, if today I almost had to move, what do you think is going to happen on Friday? I don't actually. That would have been the date I would have had to move. But something's going to happen. We're talking about our stability. Something's going to happen. We're going to have to make some decisions come Friday. I'm preparing you. We do this shit every week, you know. Never take a break. I'll see you guys tomorrow sometime. When? I don't know. I'll try to squeeze you in. I got appointments, and then I got work, and life. I got life. I got a life. I got a life. Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.